Hi there. This is a video response to Prepper Princess. I enjoy her videos, and she did one recently for strengths and weaknesses. And what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? My strengths are I know how to butcher big animals, I know how to do small games. I can do hunting, trapping, fishing, gardening, sewing, cooking, baking, and most other skills that a lot of people don't have nowadays. I like her videos, and um, I don't have to worry about the skill section of mine. My uh, biggest weaknesses are not too good on computers. I got 5 medical issues that might kill me. Let's see. Um, yeah, other than the 5 medical issues, lack of computer skills. Uh, think about that's about it. I'm pretty good at everything else, so I don't have to worry about it. I can do horseback riding. I can ride an ATV, uh, snowshoeing, skiing. That's not a problem. But right now, because of my illnesses, I'm not supposed to do that anymore. I know how to garden year round. My foraging skills are good, and so is my gathering and scavenging. Okay, those are pretty good. Um, what drives me nuts with a lot of preppers today, and nothing against Prepper Princess. I really like her video, but she scared me one time when I think it could be fennel. She took a sampling of a plant right off the root and put it in her mouth. Okay, that's kind of dangerous. And I took a course at UC Davis, and a professor says if you're not too sure about the plant, and you think it's something else, you might poison yourself. A lot of people in California who do foraging or foragers are actually gatherers, and they don't do a really good job, especially in Northern California and Central California. On mushrooms, mushrooms are the worst. All right. Don't gather mushrooms unless you know what you're doing. Seriously, in my area, there's 15 different mushrooms that if you ate them, your liver will be gone, your kidneys will shut down, you will die in 72 hours. Now, the trick is don't pick any mushrooms around oak trees. Okay? I took a course. I went out in the field with a certified instructor from UC Davis that taught me the big difference. Not to be disrespectful or anything, but you got to be careful when you're foraging. Purple Princess is very good at gathering feral plants. Great. She's good at it. All right, give 100% on that. Well, the wild stuff, I know like 8 to 9 preppers that don't know anything about wild foods or wild substances. All right, when you're harvesting the wild, not feral species, not invasive species from other countries, but I mean real wild foods, you have to be really careful. Too many people end up dead. Okay, back to her video on the, uh, sorry, I shouldn't say but I'm tired, I'm kind of sick. Okay, biggest thing I warn people is cow, cow, cow parsley, cow carrots, hemlock, wild fennel. if you don't know what they look like, you don't know how the plant is. There's a couple species of wild fennel that looks like hemlock and vice versa. And there's 12 species of hemlock in this area from Northern California. It's a very invasive species. So is wild fennel. All right? You have to be careful. And if you ever smelled fennel or anise, has a licorice odor. Okay, let me tell to everybody who watched this video, there is no licorice plants in America. Licorice is a native to Southern Europe and Asia around India. It is a root from a perennial. All right, it doesn't die out. It's a perennial flowering plant. All right, that's where licorice comes. American licorice is from sassafras, and we don't have either plant in California. So it smells like licorice, looks like kind of odd, blue, tall. It's either wild fennel or hemlock. Now, hemlock, if it was real hemlock, would kill you. Wild fennel leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Okay. Wild hemlock smells like licorice. So does wild fennel. Looks like fennel. Wild hemlock, blue-green color. All right. Anywhere from 4 to 9 feet tall. Flowers are yellow or white flowers. Mostly the real poisonous hemlock is white, but there is a subspecies that has an off yellow one. Please be careful. A lot of people mistake this for fennel. It's not fennel, it's hemlock. Okay? You have to be careful when you deal with these plants. A lot of people are not careful, and they end up at free trip to the hospital, or they're out in the woods and they're finding little bodies dead. Okay. Wild hemlock is a big killer. Wild fennel, garden fennel is sweet fennel. It's short, it's sweet, has a pleasant odor to it. It has a white base. Wild fennel is it's edible, but it's not really edible. It's a noxious weed. It's all over North America, South America, anywhere the Spanish went, it followed them. All right, you have to be really careful with wild fennel. It's too easy to mistake it for hemlock. Now, like again, there is no licorice plants in Northern California or sassafras. If I hear that one again, oh, it's a licorice plant, sassafras root. Let's chew on these roots. That's a trip to the emergency room. All right? I have to state this. It's going to be a long video. I have to state this clearly. Take a class on wild plants in your area. Know what's out there. I might have to do a second video because it drives me crazy. This is like the 8th or 9th prepper who keeps telling me that it's edible, it's a licorice plant, and I know better because there's only 2 plants that you can use for licorice, and one is not native to America. The other one's mostly on the East Coast, on the South. It's sassafras, and neither one are used in really. I gotta do another video on this. So anyway, that's it for today. Just be careful when you forage or find things. And this is a response to Prepper Princess. Thank you.